The first thing, you can cut the tapioca.
Kerry's cooking show.
Like this one.
So this one's a tapioca. This is a big
Yes,
tapioca.
big tapioca.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a small
I
one
think
like
we
this
have
one.
ones like this. Yeah.
You just out it here, like this one. Then the other side, and after, can out the skin here,
Skin.
like this one.
One of our favorite custom foods to eat in Solomon's is cassava pudding.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Today, we're shown how they make it. Cassava is a starchy root vegetable, similar to a potato, and when baked is like an unsweetened cake. It's quite a lengthy process and physically demanding. It starts with grating lots and lots of cassava, and then lots and lots of coconut. Scraping the coconut
And I keep.
to make some coconut cream for the moto.
Yeah, moto, yeah?
Yeah,
Good.
we do this every morning.
Nice eating bread.
So you line it up,
Yeah.
you look for the face, and then you go in the middle of the two eyes. And then it's a perfect slice in half. Nice one. How to properly cut a coconut.
Yeah.
Because I never do that. Yeah.
For this cassava pudding, we must scrape 6 brown coconuts to make thick coconut cream, and only use the juice from one of them. We tried to help, but I think we just made the process longer, not shorter.
How could you handle watching us? Oh my god. Oh my god.
So in the time
my
we did one, you
gosh.
could do the whole lot.
Yeah. Then after, you just start.
Do you feel really ridiculous
Yeah, I
now?
feel like a little kid now. We're Ryan and Puppy, and this is Once Upon a Reef.
In this documentary series, we sail through the Solomon Islands Western Province, showcasing its unique culture, deep-rooted traditions, and island way of life.
If you're into raw adventure, sustainable living, and untold island stories, hit subscribe and come sail away with Skateaway.
Woo! That was a good one.
Firewood like this. Then you put it after you light the fire, then put the stone on top.
To make a custom oven, they heat up river stones. To do this, they'll first put a layer of wood, stones on top, and finish with coconut husk. This is to get the stones super hot. And once all the wood and coconuts have burned off, the oven is ready.
Coconut.
In other words, the oven has finished preheating. They're very creative with their ovens. No two ovens are the same. Even old 20-liter fuel drums make great ovens, apparently.
So this is a custom oven.
Yeah. You see the bun over there?
Oh, you've got the bread baking in there. And then you put the fire on top.
So the stones are on the bottom.
Yeah. First you fill it the stone underneath, yeah?
Okay.
Finish, you can make the fire. Then after, put the bread or bun.
Yeah.
Then the other thing more, you must prepare on the top to put in.
We don't have an oven on the boat, so learning traditional ways to bake over an open fire has been really inspiring. It definitely takes a lot more effort than using just a regular oven. But this is how people here cook every day, and it's so worth it. The results are absolutely delicious.
Ready now, you see?
Yep, everything's burned.
Yeah.
So they're nice and hot. Okay.
Now that the oven is ready, it's time to wrap the cassava. It starts with heating up a banana leaf in order to effectively remove the spine. This is so it's easy to wrap the cassava without it tearing. Then it's time to milk the coconut scrapings to make coconut cream. Back on the boat, we made coconut milk pretty much daily for our morning coffee. We use a cheesecloth though, which really helps with the last step of straining it. Once all the juices have been completely squeezed out, it's time to heat it and make it into a thick cream. This only takes a couple of minutes.
It's a minute here. It's ready now.
Yeah.
Can stack like you can make it just a stick now. You see?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's ready.
It's ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're ready to start layering the cassava.
You see?
First, put the coconut cream on the bottom.
So you
One
put,
I bring it to your boat.
and then this
So
is
you
the
can put a one or
cassava.
two layer.
Then one thick layer of grated cassava.
The other one. So you can put the cream, eh?
After that, a thick layer of coconut cream for the center. Once that's spread all over, it's time to put the last layer of cassava. Finally, you wrap it up tightly. They're using a tray, but still can be baked without one.
It is now ready to go to oven or motu.
And so it's called motu.
Motu. We call it motu. Tomorrow you can taste this one also.
So you use river stones because they don't crack. So you put them
Final
on
steps,
hot
put a
stone
layer of
and
hot
on
river
the
stones on
walls
top of the
and
cassava pudding.
So it bakes from top to bottom. And then you put leaves on top of the rocks.
Green leaves are used as they don't burn and will help retain the heat. A layer of brown leaves then goes on top. And finally, one last layer of hessian bag goes on top to seal the heat.
Oh, this one is
The cassava will be fully baked in 24 hours time. That's why this process is typically started in the morning to be ready for the following morning.
Thank you.
But
So
wait,
you
they had one last thing they wanted to
cut it
show
in
us.
half.
Apparently, you can eat certain types of mangrove seeds.
after you make like this one, and then after you can press it, then after you can put it in the pot. Milk it, and then after.
So you put water in it and squeeze the
yeah, squeeze
milk
it,
that
then
comes out of the
squeeze-
mangrove
yeah,
seed.
squeeze it.
Wow, we've had such an amazing day. Very unexpected, this place to Lena. We thought we would come here for just a day because we thought we'd get bombarded by wood carvers, but it's been very, very beautiful.
We've actually been like, I thought that more people would come trying to sell wood covers.
No, everyone's just been really kind, really welcoming, and really like interested to show us how they live and how they cook and exactly what we've been looking for in the Solomons.
Yeah, like we went this morning, first thing to go get shown where the manta rays like to come. So we got shown a couple of spots just to go to another time, and then went for a bit of a spearfish. Yeah, and then we come back and then went over to our other friend who, like, him and his wife showed us how to make the cassava, like a pudding cake style thing.
Which I've been trying to make constantly, but just based off what people have told me to do, and there's no way I would have figured it out based on watching how they actually do this. But the process was really cool.
Yeah, and then on our way back, we ended up getting invited to go for a swim by these other two random boys while we're paddling up the creek here. And then we come back, and then we're chatting with another friend who come around, brought us some vegetables. And then another friend come around, we're helping with his camera.
Well, he came over the day before with his piano, and we were actually like playing music on the boat, which has really inspired me to get a piano when we're back. That was really cool.
And then just then, a friend who we were learning the cooking and stuff with,
Kerry Booker.
Kerry Booker, such a legend. He brought us around some nice potatoes, and this is the cassava cake that we were making.
Yeah, that we learned to make
with
today.
The coconut cream on the inside. And then interestingly, they also eat one of the mangrove seeds, which will show the actual seed itself, but they've cooked it up in here, the inside of it.
They call it manguru.
Yeah.
And he mixed it with
bit of fish, a bit of spring onion.
Yeah. But they milk it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to try that because we can find that in lots of places. And I just had no idea till now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a wonderful day, and we've stayed here a lot longer than planned, and I think we're gonna keep staying here even longer. See what else we get up to.
Yeah.
What do you think of the mangrove? Manguru.
It's actually delicious.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try making it myself because it's one you see everywhere. I just had no idea for all this time. Yeah, so yeah, really good mixed with the fish, especially and the onion and the coconut.
And the tough critic even really likes it. That's super good. And surprisingly really good. It's got a lot of flavor.
So here we have the cassava finished. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. And this one is peto.